I'm being tested right now. You're being tested right now. We're being tested right now. Spiritual warfare is going on everywhere. It's in the world. It's inside us. It's everywhere. There's a war raging on every day of existence, somewhere, somehow, something. And it's inevitable. I want to say a few things on my platform, and I want to start using my platform more than what I recently have been to talk about some more serious things. Before I get into that, I want to send a special shout out to Justin Henderson. I am KO God. I want to send a shout out to Liliana Denwoody. Tag them right quick in this. I want to speak on a few things, man. The power of identity and the power of self-talk, positive self-talk. Tagging these two people right now on YouTube, and I'm gonna share it on Facebook. First of all, God is love, love is God, okay? I am the Son of God. I am dying on my cross. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Like, that's me. I'm the one that shows love. I'm the one that exercises healing. I'm the one in these circles that people talk about. I'm the one that some people fear and hate, go against. You know, I got a lot of Judases in my lifetime. We all got a Judas in our lifetime. I'm Jesus in my lifetime. And the power of identity, the power of knowing who I am and walking in it and living it and practicing it and being it, the power of that is what's keeping me alive. You know, if I thought I was somebody else, I could be somebody else, you know. And you know, wherever the head goes, the body will follow. I could talk myself day in and day out doing, you know, lyrical gymnastics, but I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. First of all, when I say I'm gonna give a shout out to I am KL God, Justin Henderson, and Liliana Denwoody. I got 153 subscribers on my YouTube channel right now, and out of all them 153, them two that I subscribe to on my YouTube channel, I done came in contact with via the internet, not in real life yet, but I'm gonna manifest that. Mark 9:23, all things are possible to those that believe. Look, man, it's like I've been, instead of embracing my truth head on I've been trying to make it comfortable for everybody first, you know what I'm saying? Which, that's the problem right there, is a lot of us choose to do that. You know, we want to be comfortable above anything. Being an athlete myself, being somebody who's been in training, been an athlete, played football, track, this and that, I know the importance of not being comfortable. You know, I know what it could do for you. It could grow you. Sometimes being too comfortable in something is not gonna allow you to grow. It's gonna keep you where you're at. And so a part of identity is knowing, right? And, you know, knowing when it's time to grow. And time to let go. You know, it's a time for everything. I've allowed too much to deter me off of my path. You know, I could have been so much farther in my lifetime if I chose to, you know, be relentless and focus and, you know, things like that. It's also time for me to cut some loose ties completely. You know, it's time to heal. It's time to be fire. You know, fire creates and destroys. And it's time to accept that, and it's time for me to, you know, let go of some things I've been holding on to, and understanding that my free will is very powerful, and my free will can create opportunities, and you know, it could hold me back. Um, so it's like knowing that in itself and being obedient is a very important thing. God will reward my obedience, and I firmly believe that. And you know, doesn't mean that it might be fun all the time, but just like training and being uncomfortable, that doesn't mean that that's going to be fun all the time, but it's going to be worth it because of the results and of the outcome and of the camaraderie that you get in that process. Building up a strong community, building up your identity, building up your courage, building up your relationship with God, building up your faith. You know, right now, it's mandatory. We have to do this for ourselves. And not only for ourselves, because doing it for us is really a ripple effect for someone else. I'm the son of God. I'm the father of a daughter. A daughter that I love very much and that I don't get to see often and talk to often. And, you know, I'm in the middle of some personal stuff going on that I've documented and said on, you know, my platforms a bunch of times. But, like, I want to spend some time identifying, you know, the seriousness of God in my struggles, because God is teaching me and showing me how I can persevere, how much I can be uncomfortable, but how much I can call on God, and how much He will ultimately deliver me through whatever I'm dealing with and be there with me in the trenches, showing me, like, this is why, you know, this is why I put my faith here. This is the reward from it. This is it. This is, you know what I'm saying? This is the victory. And you know, I'm hurting, I'm grieving, but I'm healing too, and I'm finding new hope, you know. uh it's amazing because it's amazing because I feel very locked in and focused. I feel like I got a lot of clarity, and, you know, I want to continue to limit my distractions, you know. I want to continue to be there for myself more than I've been, because at the end of the day, you know, you're not going to please everybody. You're not going to make everybody happy. And, you know, it's easy to get caught in that tornado of emotions. It's really easy. Uh, there's so many times where, like, I'll use my child's mom, for example, or even my mother, for example. There's so many times where I literally, like, I don't get my way, and, you know, I have all these, like, questions, or I have these emotions through not getting my way, you know. And then there's the whole process of, you know, having to uh, accept not getting my way and deal with it and react and all that. And it still goes back to being uncomfortable, being disciplined, doing what the right thing is, and doing what needs to be done for the glory of God. Not doing what's comfortable, because what's comfortable to me is different. And it's also, what's comfortable to me is also not what's good for me. Um, I want to be uncomfortable because I know that's what's going to keep me moving forward strong. And I identify the things that I'm comfortable with, and you know, it's more bad things than I want to give, you know, give credit to. Like, I'm comfortable with doing the wrong thing, or I'm comfortable with abusing the law, but the law, and then, you know, obviously I come up in a culture that's, you know, it's almost like we don't like the law. But it's funny how my father, my own dad, was a captain at the Pontiac Correctional Prison. You know, my father was a demonstration of the law, upholding the law. You know, he was a captain. That's rank. Um, I'm my father's son. I'm the son of God. God is the Father. Nobody comes to the Father through the Father but me, you know. And it's like, you know, I get on my platform. You know, I'm a lot of things. I'm bipolar. I'm Vegeta 1 minute. I'm Batman 1 minute. I'm Marcus 1 minute. ChiefMalottoPapi 1 minute. But my identity is God's son. You know, is Jesus. I got to be Jesus in my life. You know. Uh, you could be Jesus in your life. It's not an ego thing, man. And a lot of people want to make it that, but a lot of people just want to argue. A lot of people want to be comfortable, and you know, I'm not a lot of people. I'm not doing. Guys never trust a woman who finds love in a camera. Only trust God, man. You know, we trust in people. We just setting ourselves up for failure. Trust God. Trust yourself more. I mean, you know, all these women got cameras. Everybody in the camera. I'm in the camera. You in the camera right now. You know, don't try to take over what I'm doing and what I'm saying right now, neither, by trying to distract me or take over the conversation. Let me cook. Uh, you got to be positive in a world of hate and you know, all this judgment and, you know, this fake pressure to be a certain way. Um, you know, everybody is internet based now and AI based, and it's like people people are just weird right now, man. Everything is weird. People are more afraid to challenge themselves or the status quo, you know, because they would rather be comfortable. I don't want to be comfortable. I don't want comfortable people around me. I don't. Because that's not going to help me grow. That's not going to challenge me. Some of y'all ain't looking for no challenge. Some of y'all just want to coast. Some of y'all want to crash out, feeling like y'all got a point to prove, feeling like somebody against you, the world against you, you against yourself. You against yourself. You against being a version of your higher self. You against that because the devil operating through you, not God. You know, we need to let God flow through us in everything we do. Love, obedience, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of hurt people in the world. There's a lot of hurt people in our community. We gotta start healing. We gotta start loving ourselves more. Got to, man. We gotta start being God in our own life, man. We gotta start you know, there's so much going on, you know. Like, I could sit up here and be like, how come my child's mom does me how she does? Why am I having so many different dreams of replayed trauma? Why am I waking up in a certain way? God has been implementing these little tests and these little seeds of test and faith and, you know, giving me heart checks. It's comfortable for me to just flip out, but it's more challenging for me to be Jesus, be Christ, you know, pray for somebody, love somebody, heal somebody, be an example. It's more challenging and it's more rewarding. And energy is so important, man. Energy is very, very important. Maintaining our energy, using our energy. When we don't have energy, you know, we feel like, we can't do nothing. But you can test the limits, you know. You can do more with less. Less is more. You could be more locked in. You could be more determined. I'm telling you, like, you know, I get on this game and I play and I talk and I'm dropping jewels at the same time, and that's a gift, you know. Everybody can't do this. I'll take that for granted too. I'll be like, oh well, you know, I'm not special, but I am though. You are too. Believing is the first key to it. You can't go off of what somebody else tell you, man, because everybody will rip you down. Everybody will tell you, oh, you ain't good enough to make it to the league. Everybody will tell you, but they wasn't with you in the gym. You know, they ain't trying to make it to the league. So, you know, it's like, man, look, we got to be Christ in our own life, man, for real, because who else trying to be Christ in our life? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we don't do it, who do we expect to do it? You need to save yourself. People thinking that guns will save them, religion will save them, bulletproof vests will save them. But people don't think that when you dead, because when you dead, you dead. You know what I mean? When you die, you dead. I'ma live forever though. You see what I'm saying? There is no death for me. I'm gonna win. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna lose. Some of y'all not that determined though. I got to do a better job of guarding my energy, saying no more. I got to. If people try to just take advantage of me, or people mislead me, I can't go for that no more. I got to die on my cross. Like, I got to remove myself out of people's lives that, you know, I'm not doing good, they not doing good. It's not no good here. It's not benefit here. It's not beneficial for nobody for me to be here. We just wasting each other time. It'd be easier for me to respond and react getting my emotions. That'd be easier for me to do. But I choose to be Jesus. I choose to be God in my life. And it's a daily thing. Just because I'm on this stream saying it right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a daily thing. You know, uh I recently made up with my mom. You know, I said some mean things to my mom that uh you know, I say mean things to a lot of people, but you know, this time I really I went probably like a month and ain't said nothing to my mom. And then, you know, I went through all these different emotions and had dreams, and, you know, I manifested, like, you know what? I'm going to be Jesus in this situation, because you know, I'm going to do it, you know. Ain't nobody going to just do it for me. I got to do it. when you talk like that, when you step like that, it's powerful because some people don't know how yet to awaken the God within. Some people are struggling uh and instead of pointing fingers and making this like a contest, let's help. Let's choose to help the people that are, less fortunate, because at some point in time, we all needed that help. We needed a hand. But now we have to be the hands to help, you know what I'm saying? When we get that hand, we got to reach one, teach one. I always felt like I was always super talented and felt like I was always destined for greatness. Like, you know what I mean? I always felt that way personally. But not knowing the truth, not knowing what greatness really was and really what it comes with, And greatness is uncomfortability. Greatness is rising to the occasion, going against the grain. When people say, "Oh, you ain't gonna do that," it's about showing up. That's what being great is. This ain't got nothing to do with being, having fun or. Be God, and watch how powerful you become from it. You start putting yourself out there and you start seeing like, oh, like, wow. Yeah, oh, X and O. Everybody concerned about, what's trending and, oh, how many likes can this post get? You know what I'm saying? We don't get that kind of validation by just being real, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people ain't looking to do that because, you know what I mean? And that's just what it is. A lot of people ain't trying to call a spade a spade. Ooh. Go get it, big man. Good test. And my father's birthday in a few days, and that's another blessing because I'm gonna miss my daughter's 6th birthday, but I'm gonna be here for my dad's 75th birthday. And I probably ain't been here for 6 of my dad's birthdays. My daughter turning 6, but my dad's gonna be 75. It's real, bro. And yeah, it's uncomfortable not being able to see my daughter, but I'm growing from it, you know? Like, it's uncomfortable when I call and don't get no answer, or, you know, because I go through my emotions like, oh, you know, what my baby mama doing that she can't pick up the phone? How come my daughter ain't calling me more often? You know, why does it feel like it's a one-way relationship? I got to have the grace of God though, because to get me through this.
Oh, you so you up? You straight? Okay. You all right?
Uh, yeah, man. Like my man Fred Owens said, man, it's the truth anyhow, you know. Yeah, gotta be a blessing. Gotta heal and gotta just give it to God on a daily basis. Can't dwell on negativity. My coach Young always used to say the word dwell, and I be using it more often as an adult. I look at the longevity of a lot of the men that I've always, you know, looked up to, and ah, ah, the positivity and the endurance of you know, people don't get spoken about much, but there's a lot to speak on. Being brave and, you know, it so shout out to y'all, man, for real, because there's a lot that come with this, man. But we gotta do it. Doing is what gets done. Yeah. Awaken the God within. You know, I've been reading that book so many times, streamed it a bunch of times, and that testimony is so real, man. And you know, you got a testimony I got friends that's grieving death. I got friends that's grieving sexual abuse. I got friends that's grieving financial loss, you know, like, and grieve. Give it to God, though. He'll sort it out. Can't do this by you. You know what I'm saying? You can't just. It take God to heal you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta awaken the God within, and you gotta pick up that cross daily. You gotta go through that go through, man. You gotta get uncomfortable. That's how you can grow. You're not gonna grow being super comfortable, and it ain't gonna happen like that for you. You gotta push yourself. You gotta want it. It ain't gonna want you. You gotta want it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. run the stream back. We did a whole lot of motivational talk. What up? Wet like water, DF. See, I don't know, maybe 5. Thinking about it. These been all the videos I done seen. These odds been horrible, and then but I mean, you know, the pieces is a lot of pieces, but and like even right now, like as I'm tempted to open up one of these boxes, I just something in me telling me don't do it. Something in me telling me like you wasting your money if I do that. And I'd have to carry on the rest of the day like that momentum, like. And honestly, like I'm finna go to work in a little bit. I ain't trying to be mad, bro. My whole shift, I spent $108, 108.74, and then then I'm mad the rest of the day. No, I've been watching people open up these packs. When they start giving out new badges, I peeped that, but yeah, bro. Last season, season 8, all these prices are gonna start dropping quickly anyway. And like I said, the pack odds, the videos I've been watching, like it's just nasty. Uh, yeah, we finna get up out of here. I ain't gonna play another game. I'm a, I'm a, I'm gonna go with my gut. My gut is telling me save your money. Yeah, save my money, bro. The season 2, like I did like the best of the season super pack or whatever, the best of, but this ain't this ain't. Yeah, that pack ain't it, bro. And there's so many cards I have never played with that haven't got no attention. I really ain't even tripping, bro. I'm finna get off here in a second. Give me a John Wall or somebody like that. Like, I'll be cool with that. Like, I ain't even using John Wall like that though. KD, he a buyout. Kyrie. Got Dark Matter B Diddy this late. That Dark Matter GP. Latte. Alright, y'all. Adult School Marco podcast, the trillest, realest school in America. Run that stream back. We getting in our motivational bag. Pink Diamond Wimbies. I'll probably just save on my MT. Yeah, I'll save my MT for now. Alright, y'all. Be smooth. Peace.